G'day everyone, it's time for another crayfishing mission, a kayak crayfishing mission. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. This is a spot that I went crayfishing last year, you may remember it. I put a couple of cray nets in there, I put one right up around the corner, and I had a couple more down there further. The only spot that I caught any crayfish was under this tree over here, and even then they were only small. I think I caught 3 for the whole afternoon, and they were only small. But anyway, I've come back today to see whether there are any larger ones here or not. I'm only using 3 nets today. I'm going to put 2 in here, and I might put the third one on that bend down there, or I may move it upstream a bit later on. Very basic as I head out, and just my kayak, my life jacket, seat and paddle, and my cray nets over there that I'll pick up when I launch. When I go to check them, obviously I'll take a bucket as well with my crayfishing measurer and a knife in it. Anyway, let's get the nets in. Last time I was here I had my deeper Chirp Plus fish finder, and it was this was the deepest part that I could find in the whole area, which is probably why it's the only spot that I caught any crayfish. Bombs away. Hit the bottom, it's only got about 3 foot left, hit the bottom. Oh, look at that. I made it with about I reckon I made it with probably only about half a metre of rope to spare. Right, net number 2 can go out here. Unwinding. If it doesn't hit the bottom, it's no real big deal. I think that's it now though. Not quite as deep here. I reckon it's a good half a metre or so shallower here. If it doesn't hit the bottom, it's not a huge deal. It won't pull the float under. The float will just suspend. It'll float up and down like that and suspend the net off the bottom. But anyway, they're both on the bottom. Beauty. I reckon there will be crayfish right here underneath me, but the whole current thing could cause a few problems. Try and unwind that a fair bit before it sinks, just to help it sink quicker so we can hit the bottom before the current washes it all the way down to Yarrawonga. Gotta love these seal skins. I've just got my work boots on, walking in the water, and my feet are bone dry. Current time is 11:45. I'm going to cook myself some lunch before I wander back out to check the nets. Sausage in bread, bit of sauce, on the bank of the river while looking at my cray nets. Does it get any better? Nothing. Doesn't feel very heavy though. Nothing. Right, it's time to check them. They've been in a bit over an hour. Last time I checked them there was nothing in them. It only had half an hour. This time they've had a bit over an hour. Feels heavy, but there'll be nothing in it because every time I say that I end up looking like an idiot. Nothing at all. Nothing. Doesn't feel heavy at all. Meat has not even been touched. Right. Another hour has passed. What about this time? The struggle is real. They're just not biting. I know they're here, but they're just not playing the game. It's a perfect spot, and again, nothing. Go up a bit further up here, and I'll just drop it right under this tree, which is also a little bit closer to the bank here too. Let's see if that makes any difference. They are just not playing the game at all. Now if this has got nothing in it, I'll move it downstream a little bit. It's a bit shallower up here. If it's got anything in it, I'll just put it straight back where it was. Yes! Oh, yes, look! Well, folks, not only have I got a big one, but I said not only have I proven that there are big ones out here. Oh, I'm so excited, I'm still getting my words wrong. What I'm trying to say is not only have I caught one, but I have proven that there are big ones out here too. Look at the size of that. Wow. Am I glad to see you? It's a big female. Look at all them eggs, so many of them. Now I've got to put my GoPro back on my head, so I want to get a rough measurement, but I don't want to put the cray down because if that crayfish grabs my leg, I'm going to squeal. Right. It's going to be hard to measure her in here. Once they get really big, it's almost like their claws stop growing. Right, I've got the claws. Let's get a quick measurement. I'll go straight to the big size, the 120. She's nearly got to be over, I reckon. Yeah, she's over, look. She's close to 130. 130 mil crayfish. Wow. 13 centimetre carapace length. An absolute prehistoric monster. See you later, love. Now that makes me happy. It has been so slow. It has been crazy slow. But not only am I glad to catch one, but when I got here earlier I said I want to know whether there's any bigger crayfish here, and that answers that question. You beauty! On the board in a big way. Right, now net number 3. I'm undecided whether to leave this here or move it. There's a really nice big deep hole just up around the corner there, but it's not much deeper than here, but it's just got a big steep clay bank. It's a really hard spot to paddle into, but I just think if it's not catching any here, maybe I should move it. I'm undecided. Look, if there's nothing in it, I'll see if I can get up there. It's pretty tricky. There's a fair bit of current and a few obstacles, but if it's not working here, if this spot's not cutting the mustard, well then I think it's time to move the net somewhere else. Yeah, I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna put the net upstream on that big bend, if I can get there. I've got to say I'm very excited. After catching that big crayfish before, I'm feeling very invigorated, very refreshed. I'm feeling positive. I've got my can-do attitude back. I can do catching crayfish. This time it's got nothing. Nothing. Oh well, there's nothing in it. And it's only caught one, but it caught the only one. And it's still the only one. And no. Gee whiz, am I glad I caught that big crayfish when I did. Otherwise it would have been another fishless trip. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, why not give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.